In years to come, I think people will be shocked at how today we allow so much plastic to be produced needlessly.
There is a justifiable concern among the world's leading environmentalists that plastic pollution is becoming a serious concern, one that isn't going to go away anytime soon.
That the public is willing to play its part to protect our environment.
So listen in closely, as you might learn something. Hi, I'm Daniel, and today I'm going to take you through the thrilling world of plastic. The time it takes for plastic to decompose is frightfully long. I've compiled a list of some normal household items and how long they take to completely decompose. Plastic bags, 20 years. Plastic cups, 50 years. Straws, 200 years. Plastic bottles and nappies, 450 years. Fishing line, 600 years. That's far too long. Some more pure plastic components can even take up to 1,000 years to completely break down. The way we are viewing plastic consumption is changing intensely, particularly in the 21st century as we seek to reduce the human environmental footprint on the planet. And together with my colleagues Melissa and Gemma, we're looking to turn the tide on plastic. Roughly 60 to 70% of all plastic pollution finds its way to the bottom of the ocean. Researchers believe that in 2014 there was a ratio of 1 to 5 when comparing plastic to fish in the ocean, meaning that there are 5 times more fish than plastic currently swimming in our seas. Frightening, isn't it? But this is not the complete picture. It is estimated that if we continue along current trends, this will grow to a ratio of 1 to 1 by as early as 2050. The Australian government itself estimates that plastic recycling levels in Australia are at an embarrassingly low level of 11.8%. This represents a mere 293,000 tonnes of the 3.5 million tonnes of plastic Australia consumes each year as being recycled.
And I'm Gemma. Together we are seeking to end this dire trajectory in its tracks by implementing the bulk distribution of a plastic substitute known as Flaxstic. Flaxstic is made from the humble flaxseed and is currently under development in Canada. We are seeking to bring this technology to Australia and revolutionise the plastic alternative industry. The key difference between Flaxstic and normal plastic is that Flaxstic is compostable, meaning that you can put it in your garden compost and it will completely dissolve within 6 months to 2 years.
I'm Mel. The plastic wholesale industry is already consumed by a large number of consumer goods companies who specialize in the manufacture of household plastic items. Our intent is to leave these businesses alone and instead be a business-to-business bulk distributor of the plastic product in Australia.
Along with climate change, plastic is considered by many to be another failure brought about by society's throwaway culture and post-industrial revolution mentality. So why do our plastic products have a lifespan of many hundreds of years and yet used for only a few hours? This knife came with macaroni and cheese that I ordered last night on Uber Eats. It has a jagged edge. I'm able to hold it, and for all intents and purposes it does exactly the same as a plastic knife. However, this knife is actually made out of timber. It'll serve the purpose that I needed it to serve, which is to allow me to eat my macaroni and cheese. I only need it to last for maximum an hour. This will then go back into the ground and decompose within about 6 months to a year, which is in stark contrast to what many plastic products will break down. It's about driving a mentality change among the population as a whole if we're to actually see real change in our world.
Let's be real, we don't need these items to last that long. If the fork lasted for 6 months, that would be more than suffice for the purpose of its creation. Let's go a step further and say that it really only needs to last a few days at best. Trying to change society's throwaway and consumerism culture is difficult, that by substituting plastic with a product such as Flaxstic, which has far fewer negatives than ordinary plastic, we can allow society to continue unchanged while having a neutral impact on the environment.
Australia, along with many other Western nations, previously exported large volumes of waste to places such as China. This was infamously cancelled in 2018, leaving many countries scrambling to find an alternative solution to their waste issues. Rather than exporting waste to countries that for the most part are ill-equipped to deal with this, our product will simply break down within 2 years of being in the ground. No nasty chemicals. Our product is 100% environmentally friendly and achieves our greater societal goal of being one big, happy, healthy planet.
Our launch plan and strategy is detailed within our business report. Please refer to this for more detailed information. We're not only seeking to capitalise on the plastic alternative industry as it evolves from its current introductory stage, but we're also seeking to change society as a whole. Now I'm going to take you through 3 of the guiding principles to our business.
The first guiding principle is doing the right thing by people. This includes employers, communities, and anyone else that will be impacted by our business. Far too often, businesses will focus on one area of good corporate governance, but disregard others. We have clear defined targets, like 100% of our suppliers' sources must have good human rights track records, and 75% of the total population imports are to come from grassroots and local communities. Both of these 2 policies will have direct impacts to better the lives of those around us and to allow others to share in the successes of what a clean planet
Our
is.
second guiding principle is in relation to doing the right thing for the environment. Just because Flaxstic is an environmentally friendly product doesn't mean that the other inputs for this product are. By doing the right thing for the environment, we are ensuring that the entire life cycle of our product is good for the environment. On top of that, we would like to, in whatever capacity possible, ensure that we are a positive contributor to a carbon neutral economy. In such ways as solar panels on the roofs of our buildings and warehouses, an energy efficient building, and so on. We believe, as part of making our dream of a clean planet a reality, we need to live and breathe it in all aspects of our business.
The guiding principle is doing the right thing by our involved parties. This involves all sectors who have involvement in our business, such as investors, stakeholders, business partners, and government, and primarily is focused on doing right by them. A section of this guide which puts us apart from other businesses is that we will not operate in an environment where the other guiding principles are unable to be met. For example, we believe in fair employment practices for our employers, and if our country has restrictions, for example, on women in senior positions, we will not compromise on our values and will instead seek to operate in countries which are more sympathetic to our cause.
Some of our competitors in this space will likely be companies such as KeepCut, BioPack and GreenPack, who all provide consumer products based on plastic alternatives. By being a bulk distributor of the Flaxstic product in Australia, we plan to stay away from these consumable items. Our plan is to be primarily online based, with 90% of our business coming from online revenue streams. However, in saying this, we do intend also to arrange pop-up shops and awareness campaigns in things such as shopping centres and main pedestrian areas to create greater awareness for our product and the benefits that it provides. Next, I'm going to take you through some of the financials involved with Flaxstic. We're expecting our initial investment to be $473,000. However, we are expecting CapEx over the 4-year period to be about $1.1 million due to purchasing mainly of new equipment as our business expands. We're expecting a humble profit in year 1 and then an ever increasing profit moving forward. However, in cash flow terms, we are showing a cash deficit in both year 1 and year 2. It's expected that our payback period will be 3.92 years, on the back of having cash flow deficits in both year 1 and year 2, but showing good cash flow growth in year 3 and year 4. Our return on investment in the 4 years is expected to be an impressive 224%. However, this is mainly due to large increases in profit and cash flow in our 3rd and 4th year. Average this over the 4 years and we're expecting year on year to be roughly about 54%, with negative return on investments experienced for the first 2 years. In addition to this presentation, we would like to encourage everyone watching at home to view our infographic, which will now be showing on your screens. The infographic created follows the story of a turtle whose home has been invaded by plastic. Our main agenda has been on protecting the oceans, as can be seen from the tropical vibe of the infographic. We have also set out the step-by-step process for consumers to see how the Flaxstic process operates. Thank you for watching, and remember to use the hashtag #SaveMyIsland.